Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to do, I think, one of my final plant videos. We are 10 weeks postpartum. I am gonna show you this really sad state of things. And I'm going to pick the plants. Yes! You might hear my baby cooing sometimes. I'm going to pick the plants that I'm gonna be keeping and pick the ones that we are going to be rehoming. I just can't keep up, I think, with most things that aren't Hoya or in terrarium. So, and then I think, just like side note, I'm probably going to move on to more book content because it's the only thing I can think about are these books I'm reading, and I want to talk about them and the characters. We're gonna do, I think, this last big plant video, and then I'll make the videos here and there, but this is, I think, a chapter in my life that's closing. I'm already taking care of that really cool plant over there, and he takes a lot of time. So taking care of these other plants is harder. Yeah, let's get into it. Please like and subscribe if you like books, because that's where this channel is gonna be going. And also, by the way, Brooke, I still pretty much live in this thing. Oh, and look, I have this cute little K necklace for Kai. It's so cute. Okay, let me show you what we're working with because it's pretty tough. A lot of these are actually alive. They're just like really needing to be watered. So I'm going to be taking care of that. So I think the biggest one to talk about right off the bat is this little red Anderson. I've had this one from my friend Devin for a really long time, but it is it's just completely passed away. There's literally nothing left. I'm gonna go get a little recycle bin. Sometimes we just gotta put them down, I guess. So we have this red Anderson, which we were going to say goodbye to. What?
He is just wiggling.
Yep. We have this fiddly fig in the back, which this is not my big one. My big fiddly fig is actually thriving. It's doing really, really amazing. And I'm just gonna be looking for pests also while we do this. I'm pretty sure that this fiddly fig is donezo. Yeah, I think it's over. We do have one okay leaf still, but I'll probably rehome this plant. I just want any plants I get from now on to be like super intentional. Also, you're gonna see a little bit of this video game in the corner. We have this Thai constellation, which I am gonna be keeping, but it just needs some water. Its stalk actually is really healthy still. It's just a little droopy, so this one is going to get some water. And we have my Syngonium that I really liked. This was my Aurea. This one also looks like it is still alive on the stem. I'm checking the stem to see if it's like withered and decayed or if it's still good, and that one can recover. So that's good. We have this one, which is by far like I think my favorite plant I own. This one is okay. It just needs some serious watering. And a lot of these plants are so dry right now to the point where the soil is actually going to probably be hydrophobic, which means that it's not going to want to absorb the water that I give it. So I'll probably have to water it in small bursts until I can get the soil to agree to take the water again. We got some dead Pink Princess and Strawberry Shake leaves that have fallen off, which is big sad. Here is said Strawberry Shake. She actually just put out a brand new leaf. Does look like she has thrips though, so that's not super cool. But luckily for us, it's warm again outside, so I can take care of this. I was wondering, I was like, I've been kind of like peeking over here, seeing if anything's got pests. And I hadn't really been seeing anything, but I also hadn't been looking too closely, so yeah, so we'll need to treat that one. We'll probably also need to treat this Pink Princess that's next to it, I'm thinking. Nope, this one doesn't have anything on it. It's so weird to me how picky thrips are. I mean, you can have them just on one plant in the middle of all your others. Okay, there are some on this leaf, but literally only that one leaf. Okay, he's over there having a really good time. He's playing with his little hanging toys. Then we have my Monstera Spa Peru. This is the variegated version. Overall looks okay, it's just very thirsty. Yeah, it looks like we've got some thrips going on, which is sad. But that's okay. We'll make it work. Let's take a look. This is my variegated, my Monstera Aurea Variegata. This is the one I got from $34, or got from Devon for $34. Yes, Kai! Then we have my little Philodendron Spiritus Sancti tissue culture. And this actually looks okay. None of these are like so far gone to where it's like GG's, you know? Like we had a good run, but this one actually gave me a new leaf somehow. This is a reverted Florida Beauty, and it gave me some variegation on this new leaf right here. So that is pretty cool. We've got my terrarium, and this is the one I've been mostly concerned about, the plants. Just wanting to make sure that they are all still healthy, and everything in here, I mean, it looks like it's doing amazing. Things are growing, nothing has died. There's actually live moss. The Monstera obliquas are growing. I'm gonna leave this closed because of the fact that we do have some thrips, and I don't see any symptoms or signs. Oh, and the Burley Marks Fantasy is getting really big too. That's super fun. Yeah, this is doing really good, and it isn't closed. So it does have an open at the top, but it's still trapping a ton of humidity on the inside. And it's doing really good. You can see my variegated Micans aurea and my Monstera albo adansonii. There's a Monstera obliqua right here. They don't have fenestrations yet, but that's them. And it's just a lot of this Monstera aurea, or Micans aurea. So that's doing really good. Then we have these other jars down here. We've got a little white princess. And this one is atoliated, but it's doing really good otherwise. I'm going to go ahead and keep that and keep it closed for now. Philodendron Hederaceum variegata is also doing really good. It's not growing very fast though, but I think it probably just ran out of nutrients in its moss. This Hoya does not look like it's doing good. In fact, I'll probably toss it. It's got a bunch of slime mold growing all over it. Which is fine. Slime mold's not scary. It actually looks super cool, but it does mean that this is not good. So this was my Hoya serpens, which was one of my favorite plants, but like I think it just got way too wet in here. I mean, you can kind of see there's water in the bottom still. So then we got this adansonii. This is Monstera adansonii mint, or Indonesian mint. And it's doing really good. It's given me 3 new leaves since I last looked at it, and they're fenestrating now. You can't hardly see them, so I apologize. But it's super variegated as well. Then we have my Hoya species Sabah, which is still going strong. It's actually got new growth looping around right here. And this is pretty happy. Then we have these 2 begonias. I don't remember exactly what they're called. They were really big, and then they both like died back, and then they got really big again, and then they both died back again. So I'm not sure why, but they are doing okay. They're alive. And then I have this little cup. This has some Begonia chloronura in it, and also a Alocasia Jacqueline. Then we have a dead Florida Beauty. That was this one. So we're just gonna say goodbye to that. Then the only plants we have to talk about now are the ones that are up high. So I'm going to show you those. So we have my big Monstera deliciosa, and he is very large. He's very thirsty. This is the one I've been kind of checking up on to see if he has thrips, because these are the ones that like get thrips for me every year. They're just very thirsty, as you can see. And then we have my Monstera albo, which just gave us a new leaf back here that looks really pretty. Isn't that nice? Yeah, so this plant's doing good. I do see some evidence of thrips, but I'm gonna have to get a closer look for this one. And then we have my string of hearts, which isn't doing great, but it's not dying. Terrarium. And then we have my Hoya tricolor. It's super pretty, big as always. It's actually been giving me a bunch of new growth. We've got this Hoya, which I do think is dead, so we are probably going to recycle it. Its leaves are like actually dead, I think. My Monstera siltibacana I got from my friend is not doing great, but I'm gonna water it and see if it takes. Then we have my Hoya croniana, which I do think I can water and it will come back. Let's look this way. This one still flowers occasionally, but you can see how dry it is. We have our Hoya, I don't even remember, Curtisii, and this one's actually still growing. It's not so thirsty. This one I think just retained water better. And then we have my sad plants. So we have my Micans, which is alive. I just need to water it, so that's what I plan to do. And then we have my Rhea, which I do not think is alive anymore. I think it's pretty much all dead. My spider plant is deceased, and my huge Ficus altissima actually just started giving me some new leaves. They're a little funky, probably just because they are missing some nutrients. But other than that, it's doing super good. And this is our big Ficus. This one's doing so good, it's actually putting out a new branch right here down low. So that's the first time that's ever happened. And it still gives out really, really nice leaves. Then over here in this spot that we have with no light, I put this pothos here because I thought that it would get sold and then it never did. And then I just forgot to move it back, and it's actually thriving over here. It's doing really, really good. It's bigger than it's ever been. So I think I'm just gonna leave it. And it doesn't look that dark on the camera because the camera's making it look brighter, but this is very dark. There's almost no light over here. So those are the plants I still have right now, and I'm going to clean them up and then check back in with you. And I'll show you how everything looks in like I think 2 or 3 days. Everything should look much better and well organized. So and I want no judgment. Okay, I'm taking care of a newborn like 24/7, so this is all I can do. He's getting unhappy, so I'm gonna go and I'll check in with you in a bit. Okay, so I finished doing the care, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now, and then in a couple days I'm gonna check in with you and we will look at how they've perked up together. And how everything looks when it's all nice and not so droopy that they literally can't even hold themselves up anymore. So these are my plants. I got rid of a lot, as you'll see in a second. And then I cleaned. A couple of them had thrips super bad, so I honestly don't have time to do that kind of upkeep right now, but I did take care of this one. This one had a bunch of thrips on it, so I cut off the heaviest areas because thrip eggs hatch in 3-week cycles, so you have to pretty much keep up care like intensely for 3 weeks. But it wasn't on all of the leaves. Same thing with this big Monstera. It had another leaf right there, which I cut off, and that one was infested, but that was the only leaf. No other leaves had thrips on it. It was just that one. So once this perks up, it's not gonna droop over all these anymore, and it'll be like all the way up here, and it'll look really nice. So we just have to wait for that moment. Here's another part where I had to cut off some leaves. Well, cut off a portion. I also fertilized everything and watered everything. So like I thought, a couple of these are so hydrophobic, it's gonna take a while. So I filled it up until I could see water in the tray. And then once that tray water goes away, I'm going to water it more. So it's gonna be short watering cycles until I'm able to get the soil to start accepting water again. Yeah, and then this is the Micans I have. I checked it. It does not have any buggies on it, but I will keep an eye on it. And actually a lot of the new leaves look super good. Still. Gosh, there's like no light. So I watered this one, and then I have a bunch of plants actually in the sink getting watered right now. This baby. This was the first baby. But it is weird seeing the window with so few plants in it. Like, we can actually see our whole pretty backyard area. And there's only 3 Hoyas in the sink, so I'm only gonna have 3 hanging plants after this. But yeah, so this is what it looks like right now. And we're gonna come back in a couple days to see everything be perky and happy, and I will give you an update, and then we will wrap everything up. Hello, I'm going to give you the update. It has been 3 days since I showed you these plants last. All of them except for one look much better, so let's take a peek. So here's the plant corner, and you can see everything looks much better. This leaf is actually finally unfurling now, and our other leaves are standing up. They're not like stuck anymore. There we go. Nothing's curly. Our one plant that is struggling to make a comeback is this Jade Syndapsis, and I do have it watering. I've been having to slowly water these plants over the last few days to try to keep them from getting shocked. So this is the only one that's still struggling with its soil, but everything else is doing really good. My variegated Monstera Sport is doing very well. And the Philodendron Spiritus Sancti tissue culture is actually doing the new leaf thing. It's giving us little dewdrops, gutations. Our variegated Monstera Albo is doing very good. Our little terrarium guy also doing super good. The Micans is doing very well. There's still some of the plants I need to deadhead from it, but you can see the leaves that did come back to life look super good. Same with my Hoya carnosa compacta variegata. We actually have a bunch of new growth popping off, like right here. That's literally brand new. But yeah, that's doing really good. And also my Croniana is coming back. There's still some parts where it's still crinkly, but you can see that it's already gonna reflower again. And my Hoya curtisii is also doing really good over there. That one actually I think was doing the best out of all of them, so that one's still doing pretty good. And this kitty's doing good. Yes. And then we have this baby. This baby. Yes. He's so pretty. But yeah, that's my little plant corner as of right now. I am pretty happy with it. It looks much happier than it did, that's for sure. And I'll keep you guys updated on the Jade Syndapsis, how that one is gonna come out. But I am pretty happy with this. Like, look how pretty. It looks so pretty. We got all the plants in their jars, the begonias back there. White Princess, Adansonii, variegated Hederaceum, Hoya Sabah. Everything's doing really well. Except for this guy, but it's okay, we'll get him back. He'll be fine. But yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next book video, maybe plant video. I'm not sure, but I'll see you around. The plants demandeth of it.